everybody, my name is Pam. Welcome back to my channel. Um, hey y'all. So let's see. I'm gonna do today. If you are new, thank you for stopping by, and I'm so glad you found me. And if you are a returning viewer, welcome home, and thank you so much for coming back. I appreciate you more than you know. Um, so what I decided to do today is I really need to get some work done on this really extra large project that I have started. It's one of those extra large canvases. It's a JWall, a Josephine wall. It's called Fairy Bubbles. It's really beautiful, but I haven't gotten a lot of work done on it. This is going to be a labor of love, y'all. This is going to take me probably a year to complete at least. I've only gotten a little corner of it done, and I really wanted to get some work done on it this morning. Um, so I thought this would be a nice time to sit and just have a chat and a catch up. It's been a hot minute since I've actually sat down and had a little whip and chat. Um, I would like to show you a completed canvas that I have that I'm going to frame today. And I wanted to let y'all take a look at it before I frame it. And it came out so stinking cute. It's really gorgeous. A word of warning before I get too far into this. We've had some storms come through here recently, so everybody's having their roof done. So if you hear like knocking and banging, there's people next door getting their roof done, and their dog has decided this is a really good day to bark. So I do apologize if you can hear that in the background. So let's get started. I think the first thing I wanted to do is go ahead and show you this canvas that I finished. Oh shoot, my cat, her hair gets everywhere. It's a black cat and it just gets everywhere. Um, anyway, so I was gonna frame this today, and I wanted to go ahead and show it to you guys before we do, so you can kind of see what it's done, what it looks like done. Um, this is Diamond Art Club, the Hogwarts shield. And it really came out gorgeous. Let me show you this. Look how amazing this looks. Isn't that beautiful? I love it so much. The drills fit together so great. There's not any real gapping. You could see a little bit of gapping, like if you put the light right behind it, but I think that's true in pretty much any diamond painting. You're going to see gapping when you've got the light underneath it. Um, but you don't see it. You can't see it when it's finished and displayed like this. But you can see the Hogwarts. It's a Harry Potter thing. I'm so sorry for anybody who doesn't know. This is definitely a Harry Potter thing. You can see the Hogwarts shield. It says Hogwarts across here. And then you have your houses here in the middle. And then the H for the Hogwarts here. You have, of course, Gryffindor, Slytherin, Hufflepuff, and Ravenclaw. As you can tell, I am definitely a Harry Potter, like, insane person. I know. My whole arm is Harry Potter. It's just wrong. But yeah, it came out great. So this is Diamond Art Club. Let me flip it around, kind of give you a little bit of the stats for it so you know. Oh, I have it covered by washi tape. Bad Pam, I should have opened it first. So it's actually called Hogwarts Diamond Art Club. It is 22 by 26 inches or 56 centimeters by 66 centimeters. And this did have some ABs. I'm so sorry. I should have had it written down. But I don't have all that information here. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4 ABs in here. And it had a total of 42 colors. Let me pull this up and let you get a look at it close up. Let me see. You know how bad I am about finding my camera. I do apologize, but look at how great that came out. Really is amazing. Super awesome. It is so sparkly. But yeah, that came out great. I can't wait to frame it. I have a black frame that I bought that I'm going to put it in. And yeah, that's going to go up on the wall in the office. So, oh, I'm sorry, I hit the camera. My bad. So yeah, I'm glad I got a chance to show you that. Let me roll him up and get him out of here. So you know, anytime you roll a diamond painting, just for those who don't know, I think the tendency is you want to roll it in because you think you're protecting your diamonds, but you're actually not. You're crowding them together and they're more likely to pop off. This canvas had absolutely no problems with popping drills at all. So I wasn't too concerned about it, but you should always roll it with the diamonds out. Because you roll it with the diamonds in, it squeezes them together and then they want to pop off. But this way it kind of spreads them out a little bit and they don't. They stick where they're supposed to be. So I'm going to put this guy, I'll just put him over here off to the side for now. And I'm going to get this gorgeous little girl, get her ready, and I'm going to do some work on her today. And we can have a chat, but you can kind of see, if you've never seen this canvas before, it is JWall, and you've got this gorgeous little fairy girl here, and she's blowing bubbles, and each bubble that she blows has a reflection of her in it. This canvas is huge. That's why this is definitely going to be a year-long labor. It is, I can tell you some of the stats on it here real quick. It is 100 by 80 centimeters. And this is a square kit. I did get this from the company, the one with the diamond art. And the canvas itself is fabulous. It really is fabulous. The drills fit so well. Once I get it zoomed in a little bit, you'll be able to see it a little bit better. So I've just completed just this little corner down here, and I am working on this little section right here. So I'm going to pause you for 1 second, just while I get the light pad under here and get you zoomed in. And yeah, then we can work on her and chit chat. Hang on 1 second. Okay, so I think that should be close enough. So I'm just going to be working in this section right here today. Make it out. This kit has over 200 colors in it. I know I don't know what I was thinking, girl. I do not know what I was thinking. But yeah. So what I've done is, when I first started, because I've already done a little bit of work in this area, when I first started it, I just kind of pulled out the colors, because I have this all kitted up in one of those little like art dot suitcase jobs that holds like 240, and it is just so much to look through. So what I do is, whenever I open one section of it to work on, I kind of go through and I find which ones I need and pull them out, just so that way whenever I get ready to actually start laying some diamonds down in that area, I don't have as much to shift through. So, and I just throw them all in my little bag. My sister gave me that. Isn't that the cutest thing? I just throw them all in my little bag here, and it holds everything that I'm going to be doing in this little section. And I know it seems like that wouldn't be a lot, but girl, yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. And I probably don't even have them all pulled out. This is the first time I've done a canvas this big, and I have to say it's a little daunting. there are, you know, I didn't even think about how there are so many colors that they're going to have to use so many like obscure symbols and things to be able to have a symbol for everything. So sometimes it's a little hard to read, but I think we got it. I think we got it. Okay. And you can see the drills fit so well. I'll kind of give you a better look at it when I get finished right in here. And because even with the lights, you see very little gapping. So, okay, I think I'm ready to get started. So how you guys been? I know it's been a hot minute since I've actually sat down and done a WIP and Chat. I know I've done several unboxings and I have a stack of things to unbox. Matter of fact, I was going through them all earlier. I think I'm going to try to film some so I can put them up during the week. So I'll try to get that done today. And let me see, let me find. So we're going to be working with this one. So you can see how, you know, it has these little canisters and the little thing. And this is the symbol that it has on here. Oops. Yeah, you see that was color number 182. That's just insane to me. So let me see if how can I catch you up on what all has been going on. Let's see. I'm trying to think of what I've done since the last time we talked, besides work, because you know, I work too much, which is why I diamond paint. But oh, I went on vacation. Yeah, we can talk about that. I did go on vacation in the end of February. We did go on a cruise. If you have never been on a cruise before, you don't know what you're missing. It's the best time. It really is. I always tell people that I think that is the best vacation for your money. I mean, you get to do a lot for what you pay for. So we live in Texas. I live in San Antonio. So I do live very close to a port that cruises go out of. And we took this cruise out of Galveston, and we were on Carnival Cruise Line. And specifically, we were on the Jubilee. And we went to, unfortunate thing about the Jubilee is ginormous. It is huge. And the only bad thing about the Jubilee is because it's so big, it is limited as to what ports it can dock in. The port has to be big enough for the ship to be able to fit in there and be deep enough for the ship to be able to go. And so there's only 3 ports when you're sailing out of Galveston that the Jubilee can port in as of this time. So we went to Cozumel, and we went to Costa Maya, and we went to Roatan, which is Honduras. And yeah, it was a really good time. We really enjoyed it. We went, oh my gosh, my cat's making noise over there, sorry. We sailed. So the day we left, it was freezing. It was so cold. You know, like I said, this was the last week of February, and in Galveston, I mean, it was literally freezing. Matter of fact, before we left the house, we knew that there was like a hard freeze going to happen while we were gone, and we just turned off the water to our house, so things wouldn't freeze while we were gone. And we got on the boat all bundled up because it was cold. But by the next day, I was running around on the deck of the boat in shorts and a t-shirt, so it was so nice. When we left Galveston, um, it was probably like about 4 or 5 in the afternoon by the time we left. And by the time we woke up the next morning and were out, walking around on the boat, it was already warm. So that was great. We sailed first through to, we went to, our first stop was in Honduras. So we actually had two sea days, which you know what? There were people that don't like sea days. If they think they get bored. I do not get bored on a boat. I love sea days. I thought it was great. I liked it. And, we did our thing those days. The cute thing is we had, it was my birthday while we were out. It was also my nephew's birthday. And he turned 21 and I turned much older than that, Um, but we had a good time. He turned 21, so we had to buy him the drink package. It was fine. It was a good time. So those first 2 days, you just kind of wander around the boat, and there's so many things to do. There's so many shows, and you're never going to run out of places to eat, trust me. So, the first 2 days we did a lot of eating and a lot of drinking and a lot of watching shows. There's also, tons of pools and hot tubs and water slides, and there's even a roller coaster on this particular boat. I didn't get on it, but I didn't want to wait in line 45 minutes to ride something for 5 minutes, But that's just me. Of course, we spent some time in the casino also. We did pretty good. I mean, I never really win like huge amounts of money. I usually will either break even or win a little bit. This time I actually lost a little bit, but not much, maybe about $200 by the end of it, by the time it was all said and done. So that's not bad considering how much time I spent gambling. When we got to Honduras, we did an excursion where they had like a kind of a private van tour, and it just kind of took us wherever we wanted to go, which worked out really good because the access was good for my sister, and we could just kind of go wherever we wanted to go and do whatever we wanted to do. So we went first to the there's a place where they have like monkeys and parrots and sloths, and they have these little guinea pigs. So cute. And we got out and we toured around there, and you get to hold a sloth. I mean, really, how many places do you get to go and hold a sloth, right? And they are the sweetest things. I mean, they do tell you, because you don't want to distress the sloth at all. So they do tell you, don't pet them and don't bounce around with them. And they just bring them to you, and they kind of hang them off of your shoulders. And, you see their little feet and you see these claws coming at you and you think, oh my God. But, they don't grab you with them or anything. And they are so cute, and they just kind of hang there, and, you could take pictures and all that. And we got to hold some guinea pigs, and there's a walk-in enclosure that has a lot of macaws in it. Okay, so sorry about that. My camera decided to have an issue and stop recording, so I had to fix it. Sorry about that. So I'm back. Let me go ahead and switch colors, and I can pick up my story where I left off. I know I left you riveted on the edge of your seat. about going into the macaw cage. Um, so let me see. Oh, here, I've got this one on my hand. Let me go ahead and do this one. This one is, oh, shoot, where am I? Here I am. This one's next. Oh, there you go. I don't even know what to call that symbol. Crazy looking, right? Well, there you go. Okay. So anyway, they have this big like walk-in enclosure that has like macaws and parrots, etc., etc. And we went into that one next, and that one's kind of cool because you go in there and you have birds. Hold on one second. Yes, can I help you?
Are you on camera?
Uh-huh.
Hi.
It's my husband. Ignore the man that just behind the door. Can I do something for you?
No.
What do you need?
I was gonna get dressed.
Oh, okay, go ahead. So, I promise I won't turn the camera on you while you're getting dressed.
Why? I'm on the OnlyFans page now.
Yeah, whatever.
Look me up.
Look you up, I'm sure.
$1 a month.
Yeah, you do that. Anyway, so it's just like big enclosure that you go into, and they have all these macaws and parrots and all this stuff in there. It's really pretty cool. They do come and land right on you, so be warned. And those claws you can feel. I know the sloth you can't, but those you can. But it's not too terrible. So we go from there. They have another big enclosure that has monkeys, little small monkeys in them. And that's fun. You get to go in there, and there's tons of these little devils. They tell you to make sure that you take everything out of your pockets, and anything you don't want to lose, put it away. And that's not a lie. That's absolutely true, because they will reach right into your pocket and steal stuff and run off with it. Trust me, they will. I had one time actually pull the scrunchie out of my hair and take off with it. So, but they're cute. So that's a good time. I don't remember how much it costs to go in there, but I don't think it's a lot. It's actually pretty inexpensive.
$15 per person.
Oh, well, there you go, says the man who paid the bill. So yeah, it's pretty cheap, and it's a lot of fun. Let me see what color. I'm going to tell you, if you do not like confetti, you will not like doing a canvas like this. Trust me, because you do a ton of color changes, and you end up single placing most of it because you really can hardly ever use your multiplacer. So anyway, so there's also a really cool place to go there if you ever go, where they have where they raise iguanas. We did not go there this time, but it's pretty neat. There are tons of them. They're beautiful, and you can walk around. You can even feed them. So that's a pretty cool place too. We just didn't go there this time. Since we were on a private tour, we were in a van, and they kind of just took us any place we wanted to go. We did tell them that we wanted to go someplace where we could get some really good pictures, and of course they took us there. And then, absolutely they took us places to shop because they got to make money. I get it. So we did do some shopping too while we were out with them. We asked them to take us to a place that would be really good for lunch, but not full of tourists. Just something local food, surprise us. And they did. They took us to this really great place. It was delicious. And we had them, of course, come sit down and eat with us, and, kind of just talk about where they live, and, what goes on there, and learn some of the local stuff. So let's see. They also have there a really, really nice beach area for It's right outside of the port. You don't have to take a taxi or anything to it. You can just walk right to it. They even have like a little skylift um, area, and you just pay really nominal amount of money for, like, you can rent like a clamshell kind of a thing, just to stay out of the sun. And the beach is beautiful, and the water is incredible. It is so pretty. I remember telling my nephew, because he had never been there, I said, you see those pictures of the water um, all around the Caribbean, and it always looks photoshopped, just because of the color. And I'm like, that's not Photoshop. It really does look like that. And he was actually quite surprised at just how beautiful the water is. Um, but the beach, that little beach area is really nice. And then they have a really nice port area to do just some shopping. So I did actually do quite a bit of shopping while I was there. They do have some stores that I really like in the port area. And so I spent a little time there shopping. And then we just got back on the boat. And the next day, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The next day we went to Costa Maya. And in Costa Maya, we really didn't do any excursions in Costa Maya. We just got off a boat um, and did a little shopping. Uh, we weren't even at the port that long. We just got off, just so you can say you've been in Costa Maya, and did some shopping, and then got back up. We didn't even eat lunch out there. We ate lunch on the boat. Then the next day we were in Cozumel. Now, I do like Cozumel. I really do. Cozumel, that's some place that I would actually go just to go to Cozumel. And I would do one of those inclusive resorts. Absolutely, I would. I really do like Cozumel. Um, so my sister and my husband stayed on the boat, like, initially. My nephew and I did get off the boat early because we had an excursion that was just us that we did. And he wanted to do it. My husband had done it before, and he really was not interested in doing it again. I was perfectly happy to do it again. I really enjoyed it. And that wasn't something that my sister was interested in doing. So he and I got up early, and we went into Cozumel first to do our excursion. And that excursion was, they take you down in a submarine, and they navigate all around. It's actually like, well, I mean, it's in Mexico, so I guess you don't call it with the same thing you call it here. Like, here it would be like considered a state park, like a national thing. I don't know what they call it there, but it's like a park, like a government like run park. And but it's underwater. And they take you down. I don't remember how far down it went. I would have to look at the cameras, but it's pretty far down, because they actually take you to the edge of where there's this like super deep trench, and you can't go down that trench because that submarine is not safe to go that deep, as far as that trench goes down. Um, but you could see it. It was really kind of cool because you could see like all the stuff that we were looking at, and then all of a sudden just this deep abyss. You could just see it like a shelf just dropped right off there. It was really cool. There was like tons of different kinds of fish and stuff that they were pointing out to us. We even saw some barracudas, um, tons of different kinds of plant life down there. They had um, a boat that had been sunk there like on purpose. It was a boat that had been, was going to be decommissioned, and they, super cleaned it, like super, super cleaned it, and they sank it there on purpose. And it becomes like a home for tons of different wildlife. And we saw even some divers down there swimming around it, going in and out of it. And let's see, it was really cool. Oh, another thing that was actually really super cool is when we first go in there, you have all these like seats like along the edge, and there's all these like little porthole windows for you to look through. And right above each window, or every so many windows, there was like a long strip that had different colors like painted on it, like like primary colors, like red, blue, those kind of just primary colors. And while we were all the way down, as deep as we could get down there, they started talking about how light, everything looks different down there because the light doesn't get through all the way. Um, and that how colors look different down there than they do closer to the surface. And it was then that I was looking around and I realized you can no longer see red. You can no longer see the color red. And on that little chart thing that was painted above each seat, the red all looked black. Um, People who were wearing red clothes, it looked black. Even the red in my ink and my tattoos, like my rose here, turned completely black. You could see no red. It was insane. It was like the craziest thing I'd ever seen in my life. And it's just because the light filtered that far down and filters out the red. You can't see the red. And I thought that was kind of cool. And it's funny because as we were rising back to the surface, I kept watching. And then like once we got partway up, all of a sudden, poof, all the red came back. It was pretty cool. So that was fun. So we did that and, took a ton of pictures and had a good time. And then, of course, by then it was time to come home. So we had one more day on the boat uh, before we got back to Galveston. And that day, we just spent, shows and, eating different places and just kind of relaxing. We actually took a behind the scenes tour of the boat. They only have a very limited amount of seats for those. So if you ever get a chance to do it, do it. It was actually really pretty cool. You got to go back where a lot of like the crew area is and see like the inside of the boat and kind of, how everybody works down there. And they took you in different places and showed you, how it works like for laundry. And you don't think about, that's a lot of laundry to do for literally thousands of people's worth of sheets and blankets and towels. And, it was very interesting. They took you um, into like the galleys so you could see, some of the food prep for like the main dining room. Um, they took you behind the scenes of like the show, the entertainment areas, and you got to see a lot of that. And then they actually took you to the bridge area, and you could see, oh my God, it's such a beautiful view. And you got to see kind of how that works, how the maps and the engine rooms and all of those things. And then um, the captain actually comes out briefly and, answers a few questions and takes a few pictures. And it was pretty fascinating. I mean, you get to see stuff that you don't even really think about when you're just sailing and having a good time. So that was pretty good. Um, and then of course we docked back at Galveston, and I had to get out my hoodie again and my jeans because it was cold. But it was so nice to be in the nice warm weather for a little while. It was a good time. We'll have to do another family cruise again. I actually have another cruise booked, but not until not this May, but next May. And that'll just be my husband and I. And we're going to go to Alaska. So I'm looking forward to that. I've always wanted to do an Alaska cruise. And so I am very much looking forward to that. And I mean, the time of year that we're going, it's probably going to be chilly, but it's not going to be completely frozen. Um, it's not as good of a time of the year for like viewing the northern lights, but it's a really good time of year for seeing the wildlife because the wildlife is coming out at that point, and it's getting warmer. And I'm really looking forward to some whale watching and all of those things. So that's going to be fun. That one's going to sail out of Seattle. So we will have to fly to Seattle first, and we'll go from there. So that'll be a good time. So something to look forward to. Um, then you know how it is, right? You come back from vacation. Okay, now it's time to pay the piper because you had a good time. Now you have to go back to work twice as hard. But it's okay. It's all right. It was a good time. Um, so not a whole lot going on here. Um, the weather finally, I thought the weather was finally getting better. I really hadn't been cold. It was a little bit chilly yesterday. We had kind of a cold front blow in, but more of a cool front. I think it was like 45 in the morning, but it warmed up again by the middle of the day. But we had a huge storm come through here last week. And actually, I mean, it went through a lot of places in the country last week. But here in San Antonio, we knew. Okay, let's try this again. I have no idea why my camera is being so weird today, but it is. I think it's trying to tell me, wrap it up, Pam. So I guess maybe that's what I'm going to do. So I guess we finish this color out. This video is already getting too long anyway. And I want to be able to have a time to kind of show you, like, kind of close up how this looks. Okay, so I was telling you about the storm that came through, and yeah, they warned us that we might have hail, but we get hail a lot here. It's usually not that big of a deal. But I was standing in the kitchen and I heard my husband vaguely saying something about a supercell, but really wasn't paying that much attention. And the next thing you know, I heard it sounded like I don't know what was hitting my house. And I was like, oh my God. It was like the walls were rattling. And I looked at him, I said, is that hail? And he said, yeah, and it's huge. And I looked out the back door and it was ridiculous. Huge pieces of hail. I mean, I want to say probably like the size of eggs or like large golf balls, but like more like the size of an egg. Because I know, like, I actually picked up a couple of them after the whole thing was over, and I could only hold two in my hand. And I'm looking out the back door, and I see like there's like a colony of stray cats that live in this neighborhood, and they kind of like hang out in our yard a lot because we have a place, it's a safe place for them to sleep. There's a shed out back, and we kind of give them access to it. And you saw like cats go running, trying to get away, and I'm thinking, oh my God, you poor babies, take cover, take cover. And they all made it. They all took cover. And then I thought, oh my God, my car. And we went out to the front of the house, and we were standing. We like opened the front door. We're standing right there on the porch, and it was insane how much hail was falling. And all I could think was, oh my God, my car, my poor car, my car. I could see big chunks of hail just bouncing off of it. And I mean, I guess my instinct was like to go out and try to move the car or something. And my husband's like, do not go outside. Do not go out there. And I guess, I didn't even think that could probably knock you out. I mean, if it hit you hard enough. Um, I did see one of the neighbors run out. He was holding something over his head and he ran out. And he actually backed his car up into his yard underneath a tree to try to, I guess, shield it a little bit. And we have trees in our yard, but nothing that's going to shield my car. So I just had to kind of stand there and watch it. Um, it only lasted a few minutes, but the entire street was full. The yards were full. Um, my sister's car didn't get hit too bad. She did get two chips in her windshield. Um, but the body of her car actually didn't look, I mean, it looked okay. But she was also parked like closest to the house. So I think, she had a little bit more shielding there, which was fortunate. We'll just have to get her windshield fixed. Um, but that shouldn't be too big of a deal. The back of my husband's truck was fine, but again, that was parked closer to the house. And his hood had still does have a few dents in it. But he said that he just was going to get a little dent kit and pull those dents out himself. And he offered to pull the dents out in my car. And I'm like, oh, no, 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 no. My car is still relatively new. And I didn't have a couple of dents. My car looks like the surface of the moon. It's ridiculous. Just on the hood of my car, I stopped counting at like 15 dents and I stopped counting. I'm like, no, I don't even want to know. It's all over the roof of my car, the sides, even like the chrome trim on the side of my car. You can just see dents and bangs all in it. And I figure, I really want a body shop to fix it because I don't want something to start happening to the paint. And like I said, the car is still relatively new, so um, yeah, we'll see how much that ends up costing. I guess the good thing is, I mean, you put it through to your car insurance, but they we have a pretty high deductible because we have never in the 20 years we've had insurance with this one company, we've never made a claim, not once. And so we have a high deductible, but we have that, what do you call it, vanishing deductible. So hopefully it won't be more than $1,000 out of pocket is what I'm hoping. Here, this is gonna be the last one. There's just a couple in here. Here's the, oh, where am I? Oh, there I am. That's the symbol for that one. So I'll just do these couple and then I'm gonna wrap it up. So yeah, so hopefully I can get somebody in. I called them the other day because I'm due for my maintenance, and I said I want the body shop people to look at my car too. I said because um it got the hail damage from the storm, and they were supposed to call me back that day to schedule me, and they didn't call me back, so I need to call them. I'm sure they've got tons of people trying to get their cars in, and I know we were having some storms day before yesterday, and they said, oh, possibility of hail. I'm like, well, bring it on now before I start. Oh, look, I missed that one. Before I start fixing stuff. We're also going to have the roof redone. We have, I think, I haven't had this roof replaced since right after I bought the house. I had it replaced, or right when I bought the house, we had the roof replaced. And that's been, I don't know, 15 years, something like that. So we called the roofer because it's like, okay, well, my car looks like that. I can't even imagine what the top of my house looks like. And they got up there. They said, oh, yeah, you're all beat up. I'm like, yeah, that's what I thought. So we're going to be having to get a new roof also. So I know they were, putting estimates and stuff through insurance to find out how much how much we're gonna end up having to pay out of pocket. So hopefully it won't be too bad. But it is what it is. Um, so yeah, that was the excitement this week. So, alrighty. Let me put the lid on here. What do I do with it? Oh, here it is. So let me bring this down. Hang on. I want you to be able to get a good look. Let me put all of these away, or at least out of the way, because I want you to be able to see this canvas. And like I said, this thing is confetti heaven. If you like confetti, you are going to love this. If you do not like confetti, you are not going to love this. So I think the good thing about a lot of confetti, so I have to tell you, I have to find something positive. So the good thing about a lot of confetti is the depth of color. It's not going to look good when you write on top of it, looking at it. But as you pull back, it's going to look amazing. It's going to look amazing. You're going to have so much color in here and so much depth of color that by the time this is finished and hanging, it's going to be incredible. And I literally cannot wait. Let me do this. Let me move this because I really want you to be able to get a good look at it. Let's see. Let me move this. Oh, this, I'm not lying to you. This thing is so big that it literally hangs over the edge of my table that I have it on. Let me take this light pad out. And I am going to zoom it back out and just kind of give you an overview of the canvas. Let me pause you so I don't make you sick by rattling around. And hang on, I'll be right back. Okay, all right, so I'm just going to hold this in my hand so I can so if you're still a little shaky, I'm sorry. So I can kind of try to get you to see most of it. I don't think I can possibly get it all in camera at the same time. You can just see where I have some of it taped off into little sections. But isn't she gorgeous? Look at that face. I just can't stand it. It's so cute. And you can see, like I had said before, she's blowing bubbles, and every bubble that she blows has a reflection of her in it. So let me kind of show you. I'm just going to get you really up close and let you see. So this is like the area down here where I've already completed. You can see, here I pull it back a little bit so you can see this is like part of her dress and a little piece of her wing. Little piece of her wing right down in here, and this is part of her dress. You can see her arm coming down here. So if you can see really close up, these drills fit together beautifully. Oh, and I could see where I missed one. Oh my goodness. I didn't see that before. I'm glad I saw that just now. Thank you, camera. I'm gonna fix that before I put this away. So you can see how well they fit together. And then this is the section, right, that we were just working on. So you can see how easy it is to read the canvas itself is very readable. Okay. It's very clear, very easy to read. And like I said, it goes across here, and this is all just a bunch of like plants and flowers. And then up here is where she's blowing the bubbles, and you can see her reflection in here. And even like the little reflections of her are so detailed. You can see her fingers and her cute little face all the way down into these reflections. Okay. And then this is her actual face. But look at all these colors. Even like look at her eye. There's so many colors in there. It's going to look amazing. It's really going to look amazing once it's done. You can see the flowers hanging around her neck. And then up in here, you see her wings. And then it's actually hanging off the edge of the table. There's a little bit more, but it's just the top of her wings and a few more flowers up at the top. But yeah, like I said, this will probably take me all year to do because so much of it ends up being single placed. But that's okay. It'll be worth it in the end. So I am going to fix that one drill that it looks like I missed. I'm going to fix that before I put this away. And I guess thank you so much for sticking with me and chit-chatting and catching up with me while I get some work done on this cute little girl. And I guess I'm going to wrap it up for today. Thank you so much for spending some time with me. I know your time is precious to you, and it is so precious to me. And thank you so much for staying and listening to me gib gab at you. And I appreciate you guys more than you know. All right. You have a great rest of your day. Here's a cute picture of her little face before we go. And I will see you later. Bye.